Okay, we here. What is this, episode 17, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be mistaken.
Yes, sir. 17.
Okay, shout out to everybody. This is another episode of Postal Blue, episode 17, where we will be talking about I forgot about the topic already.
Non-compliance.
Non-compliances. You know what I'm saying? Get on board, Fee. You know a lot about this.
I,
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say I got
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all
Work
she
and
got.
real life. Fee be non-compliance in real life.
Bro, if
Uh
y'all only knew how hard she be in non-compliance with everything in life, everything but eating. She ain't non-compliance in eating, and she always talk noise. She ain't non-compliance in that, but everything else, non-compliance.
okay, so we're
She the
gonna
real
go in spotlight.
version of non-compliance.
Definitely. And her being the actual probably main steward out of the three of us, we'll let her give her take on a lot of the non-compliant. Well, not a lot of the non-compliant stuff, but she can speak on it more in depth, especially than I could from a union steward perspective, because I've never been a union steward. Right. And then Coffee got experience too. I probably third to last with experience in non-compliance as far as from the union side of things. But before that, we got this shout out Helium Mobile. We got a short commercial. What kind of a short commercial? You know what I'm saying?
Let's get
Give us
helium
correct.
mobile.
Let's give us about 45 seconds. Silent. Shout out again, Helium Mobile. Listen, man, if y'all looking for very affordable phone plans, $20, right? Unlimited text, calls, internet. Even though your internet will slow down once you hit the 30 gig mark, but most phones, you know, what I mean, start to slow down once you hit like 50 gigs or anything like that. Runs on T-Mobile and runs on its own internet, which is or its own network, which is Helium Mobile. Now, when you get to any particular spot, whichever one has the best quality internet, it'll switch automatically. You know what I'm saying? There's no phone that does that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Currently, right now, no phone plan that does that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure if you got a small business, you just want an extra line because you tired of people calling your line and you giving out your personal number to just business people, or if you got small kids, elderly parents, anything like that, you got to bring your own phone. Bring your own phone. You know what I'm saying? You got an old phone laying around. You get an eSIM, so you don't got to wait for a SIM in the mail. You get your phone right then and there working, or you get your physical SIM in the mail within like 7 business days. Okay, it's gonna be $20. $20, you get a group plan. It'll all be $20. You, your
$20,
girl,
people.
or you and your man, your two kids can have four lines, unlimited, $80 a month. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Helium Mobile. We do have a elite referral code as being a partner. That's VFQTQ1W. We will leave a link in the description below. Make sure you get in because what ended up happening to me before I got in is they had $5 plans, and you get grandfathered into the $5 plans before it went up to 20. When I came in, it was 20. Now everybody who got the $5 plans is grandfathered in. They only pay $5 a month, unlimited everything still till whenever they just don't want to use it no more. Right now, that's how valuable this is. Right now, there's people selling their $5 plans on eBay for $1,000 because it's so rare,
Wow.
right? So I'm paying 20, right? Along with that, your phone or your Helium network will also earn you just for using the phone mobile crypto tokens. I earn like $40 on average from my phone, and then I use $20 of that to pay my phone bill. So I never actually pay a phone bill outside of when I first got the phone in January or my phone plan in January. So I've never paid a phone bill since. Or you can pay the phone bill and then creep the crypto because the crypto will go up in value. It's up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Helium Mobile tokens. Y'all make sure to get your plans before they
Your
expire.
mobile. Yes, sir.
What's going on, Fee? What's going on, Coffee?
Nothing much. Been a long work week or whatever, and I need to let y'all guys know, I did win my grievance for the 530 window up here in Ohio. So as of right
That's
now,
what's
the
up. That's
530
what's
window
up.
is no longer in void.
Hold on, Fee. Run it back a little bit. I gotta get up and get my cup. Run it back a little bit and let them know what the 530 window is for people who don't have that in their district.
So
Correct.
basically, in the District of Ohio, we have a 530 window. In that 530 window, it allows the overtime people and the no people to get off at 530. So versus the maxing the overtime people out, if management is able to hold that 530 window of operation, that's what they're doing. So my station, we got tired of doing that, so I filed grievance after grievance after grievance after grievance, and we was just told at the beginning of the week, thanks to all of our hard work or whatever, the 7 people in the union that was filing it, we got it thrown out. So there is no longer a 530 window in the state of Ohio.
That's what that's what's up, Fee. Congratulations. I know that was a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, man. And, hey, you see it pays off.
It did. It was hard work. It really was. And they was
Oh,
fighting me on the tooth and nails, and management is now mad because we won that grievance.
I don't know why they mad when they was breaking the contract in the first place. But hey,
good. Because they don't have to pay
it
that
is what
money.
it is.
That's your money.
Yeah.
Congr-
They got to
You
pay it
gotta pay that
all back.
money. But
I've been filing since March of 2024.
That's what's up, Fee. Congratulations on it. Congratulations to all the stewards who stood up and they fought along beside you. And congratulations to the carriers who, what I'm saying, going to get civil rights back and not be trampled over like that. So congratulations to you, Fee, and your people and your branch. So congratulations, and that's a big win for you guys. Big, big,
Yes, it
big win
is.
for you guys.
Yes, it is.
My week been great. You know what I'm saying? You get a 3-day weekend. That's always great. Uh, you know, we had house cleaning to do. We had to, we had to get some people moved around and get some people right. Contractable, things had to be done, and when you do it the contract way, that's the only way to do it, and we won. But other than that, um, happy Veterans Day to pre-veterans Day and to all the veterans. We thank you for your service. For all the ones who all the fallen soldiers, we appreciate you, hear about you, and we thank you for your sacrifice.
yeah, they good Veterans Day tomorrow, man. Y'all make sure to hold it down, man. Hold
Make
it
sure y'all go
down.
eat some good food at all
Represent.
them restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm
Throw
going to
something on
IHOP.
the grill.
You IHOP with me because I'm definitely going early in the morning. I'm definitely going
Oh
early
yeah,
in the
yeah,
morning.
yeah. Oh yeah, we get a free meal. You know what I'm saying? Well, it
Yes,
used to be a
sir.
free meal. I don't know if it's still a free meal. Is it still a free meal or just a
No,
discount?
no, no. It's still free at IHOP. Please believe.
Okay,
There's a
well,
certain
all the veterans
percentage
out
right
there.
now at Applebee's. Applebee's gives, I want to say, 50% off if you eat lunch there. That's where I would be having lunch if y'all just want to know.
Okay, vets that's out there. Appreciate you. Appreciate your service. Appreciate your sacrifice. At least go get that meal tomorrow, whether it's your family house, friend's house. Go get all the meals. Go to your family house and your friend's house, and then before you go to sleep, go to IHOP and get a free meal. You know what I'm saying? You should be eating real nice tomorrow. We should
Oh,
be almost
yes, yes,
explode
yes.
tomorrow and possibly calling in Tuesday because you're gonna be so stuffed with food as if you work still as a vet. You know what I'm saying? If you still work as a vet.
Veterans.
If you retired as a vet, then you know what I'm saying, you ain't got nothing else better to do. Other people out there, support your vets, give them a meal, send them some cash app out here. You know what I'm saying? Break bread with them, invite them over just for a family get together, a friendly get together, or whatever the case is. Vets get together. You know what I'm saying? We need to have like a vet versus vet paintball game or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To see who still got it and who don't. You know what I'm saying? Have a contest or a tournament or something like that. At some point in time, next year, a couple years from now, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Get something like that going on. But again, shout out to the vets. Again, former military myself, Coffee, former military as well. So
Yes, sir.
appreciate your service. Appreciate everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? That fought for their country and everything like that. And yeah, man, eat good tomorrow, y'all. Eat good. Stay safe
All right.
tomorrow.
Hey, Buffalo Wild Wings gives you a free order of 10 boneless wings. Smoothie Kings give you a free 20-ounce smoothie there. Dunkin' Donuts give you nationwide free donuts of your choice. Golden Corral gives you a free meal for active duty members, only active there. So Little Caesar gives you a deep dish pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi product free for veterans. So it's a lot of stuff out there that you can get that I appreciated that, companies will do that, and they should. I mean, men and women that want to put their life on the lines, and that's the least we can do. But also, not just on tomorrow, do you show your veterans love and appreciation? Let's do that every day. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have these freedoms that we do have to be able to do a podcast, to be able to just do anything, because these men and women went out there and, they came home with us. Some of them still got wounds that you cannot see, scars on their mental, on their emotional. So let's make sure on tomorrow that when we see a veteran, we make sure that they feel that love and they can take that love along with them continuously. Excuse me.
Okay. Again, shout out to everybody out there, man. Hope everybody's staying safe. Enjoy the 2 days, especially for you in the post office. Enjoy that 2 day. You know what I'm saying? We know how rare they can be sometimes. We know sometimes you might have your 3 day as a carrier in your carrier status. You might have your 3 day coming up. Think you have a 3 day coming up. You know what I'm saying?
And they
And
take
April Fools. You know what I'm saying? To turn your 3 day to a 2 day. And then mess
quickly.
around by the time you finish at the end of Friday, they done tried to turn your 3 day to a 1 day. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
We know
right?
how it go. Not to say that you're gonna be there. I'm just saying they try. You know what
They
I'm saying?
try. They
So
definitely try.
this is a free 2 day with no hassle. You know what I'm saying? You eat up. You know what I'm saying?
I
Let's
definitely
enjoy
do
this. You know
that.
what I'm saying? Yeah, man, nice. Again, this show we gonna title non-compliance. The basis along with us talking about just a variety of things and just getting off conversation a little bit at times and talking about each other, messing around with each other and making jokes and things like that. The base topic of today's show is non-compliance, right? If you don't know what that is, Coffee, you want to explain it to them what non-compliance is? Again, this is for everybody. It's not just for carriers. This is just their interaction between management and union personnel in any craft.
Sure. So basically, what a non-compliance is that you grieve something, right? And in that grieving process, the union ended up winning that case. That case usually comes with some type of monetary value. That value is paid to you within usually 10 or two. I'll say the next pay period. So whatever the next pay period, it should be paid out. And a lot of post offices around the world, we're not getting paid out. And for whatever reason, they are saying that they can't pay us. After they passed away, you can go ahead and try to have a conversation with management about when they will pay the GATs, is what it's called technically. And they might say, yes, we're going to pay it in the previous pay cycle. They don't. You can go file a grievance against that, and that's called a non-compliance. And that non-compliance is basically an agreement that they're going to pay X amount of dollars. If not paying those X amount of dollars, that the penalty for not paying could double, could triple, whatever you and that said individual agreed to. And sometimes that non-compliance can go back all the way back up to arbitration if they would like it to. Most of them, once they see it double, they usually be trying to make a agreement to pay you what you normally get. Me, I'm not about to agree once you knew you're supposed to pay. If you're supposed to pay me $500, now it's $1,000. I want $1,000. We're not going to make an agreement. The agreement was for you to pay me $500. You didn't do that. Now I do not trust you. I got trust issues. So therefore, you got to pay me $1,000. And if you don't want to pay me $1,000, I'm going to do another non-compliance on top of that, which bring it down to a grand total of $2,000. And we're going to continue to escalate this until you get the message that, hey, I am trying to drain the swamp of bad supervisors and bad managers. So that was what non-compliance is. I don't know if LAFE has any more defining they would like to do.
P, you want to add something to non-compliance, to what it is, or your general experience with non-compliance before I start?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead and start.
why?
Because I'm
Why
gonna
people
plead
laugh?
the fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth on it.
Oh, Lord.
We ain't got time to be copping no pleas now. Listen, it sounds like you trying to be in non-compliance now.
Always.
Look, now,
Go ahead. You got the
listen,
mic.
now, non-compliance. Coffee said the technical stuff, right? Non-compliance is the post office owing you money and trying their best not to pay you that money, right? Like they like people that try to forfeit on loans. Like, hey man, I loaned you $5, and they be like, man, I don't remember that. And you know that you loaned that person $5. He's just like, I don't remember that. That's the post office. I was like, hey man, you owe me some money from these grievances. Grievances? What grievances? You're like, yeah, man, you showing the paperwork. These grievances right here, they ain't been paid. Oh no, man, we don't think we should pay those. You agreed to pay this back when we talked about it. Now you don't think you should pay it. They like, nah, I don't think so. I had to get permission from my boss. Okay, where your boss at? They go get their boss. You tell them the same thing. That boss be like, man, I'm about to talk to my boss about that. Okay, where your boss? They go get the new boss. But not new boss, the higher boss. Just a long chain of people not trying to pay your money. Now, along the lines of them not paying you your money, it's almost like interest, right? The interest on your grievance, kind of, sort of, you can look at it like that, goes up, right? Same thing in real life. Same thing with credit cards. When you don't pay off nothing, it goes up. Same thing with your mortgage. Same thing with anything that's relative when you owe something. So if they don't pay it a certain amount of time, the union say, hey, man, you're in non-compliance, right? That's the non-compliance is the fact that you're not keeping on track with your payment system that you already agreed to. That's already built into the system, right? Technically, when a grievance gets filed, if it's found that management violated, you should be seeing that money on your next check. If it's not that check, you should be seeing it on the next check, right? So at the latest, two checks. At the earliest, that next check. You should not be waiting 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years. That's not a thing. So that's what a non-compliance comes in at, because you ain't paid the money that these people owe you, right? I don't know, man. It's some people got to get hands and feet. We ain't gonna go there today. You know what I'm saying? But some people got to get hands and feet. This
Not
is
hands
where it
and
goes
feet.
to. Yeah, this is where it goes to. You damn near stealing. Now, from management side,
No, you
they would
still.
say, "What? Here you go." From management side, the reason why they think it's not stealing, or would like to think it's not stealing, is because they're gonna say, "But we don't pay you. We don't pay you." But then your question will be, "So when?" They're like, "I don't know." So you're stealing. You know what I'm saying? You stealing. Somebody walk in your house, take something out, you catch them. You say, hey man, that's mine. Say, hey man, but I'm gonna bring it back. When you gonna bring it back? I don't know. So a day goes past, a week goes past, a month goes. How long can somebody have something of yours and don't give it back before it's you in your head would consider it stolen? It's stolen. You don't get to determine when you're gonna pay me what you owe me. When the contract, the information is in black and white when you supposed to pay me. So now, if you don't pay me within that time period, to me, then you already stole. So this is what happens. Every time a non-compliance goes back in, management or the union puts one in, they can raise the percentage, right? So let's say
Correct.
y'all have 1260s, and your 1260s is paid at 100% across the board. Maybe let's say 50% across the board, right? If they don't pay them by a certain point, union gets on them, hit them with a non-compliance that could possibly go up to 100%. So now by the time they choose to pay, they got to pay at 100%, right? To the part Coffee was talking about, once they get so high, let's say they in non-compliance again, it goes up to 150% of what they were supposed to pay, right? They'll want to come to the table to negotiate. Why they want to negotiate, I have no idea, right? To be honest. I know in my head, I know why, but it don't make sense for the other table to sit down to negotiate anything, in my personal opinion, right? Again, it's like somebody who stole something from you, and then to get it back, they trying to negotiate what they want to pay back. Instead of saying, hey, man, I owe you $150, but just let me give you 50. You owe me 150. I want my 150. There is no negotiating to say, man, let me give you the 50. We call it even. It's been 5 years for the 150. You should owe me like 1,050, right? It's management. By the time they want to settle, they want to come to the table, negotiate, say, hey, we want to settle these 1260s. Looking over your math here and everything, you know what I'm saying? We willing to do a payout immediately at 50%. Now, it's been like 6 months, a year, right? You looking at it like from the union side now, right? We switching sides. Like, why would I settle for 50% when you should have paid 50% 6 months ago when you were supposed to pay?
Come on now, tell it.
Right? Mm-hmm. So now, why would I lose 100% more? That's like doubling my money. Why would I be willing to negotiate losing half the money now that you owe me because you reneged and forfeited on your obligation financially that you were supposed to pay? But they'll do stuff like that. I have experience with someone who did that. Waited to 1260s, got to like 250%, then came back to the table. When our station 1260s, it was across the board at 100%, right? It had got up to, I think it was 250 at its highest. It got to 250. The female manager, Coffee didn't want to settle, right? She come to the table, Fee. She say, mind you, I don't know, is our station 100 or is it 150? My particular station has some type of grievance in where it's like either 100 or 150%, something that's above board. But the manager at the time, some years ago, signed off on it. So that's in writing that all my station 1260s get paid at that price, signed off on by the union and the manager, right? At this point in time in my head, I can't remember. This is like higher than most stations or higher than a lot of stations. So I don't know how they got it like that. I don't know if it's at the 100 or the 150. I can't remember. But it eventually got up to 250 from the non-compliance. At this point in time, it had been like a year and some change. She finally wanted to settle. She come to the table. She's talking to the stewards. She wants to settle fee for 50%. The station base is 100. We don't settle nothing for less than that. Let's just say it's 100 because I want to flip flop between 100, the 100 and 150 because I can't remember at this point in time. But let's just say the 100%. The base is 100. Why would we settle for less than what the base our paperwork is? That don't make sense. And we already at 250. On top of that, why would we go down to 50%? She don't want to agree. Now we just gonna send it. We just gonna send it up. Okay, send it up then.
Send it up then.
So they got a thing going on right now, right? Where, so I've heard, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear things that they trying to get grievances paid. Now, how true this is, how strict this is, I have no idea. I'm assuming they're trying to do probably the smallest grievances possible right now.
Correct.
Right, either right now or somewhat soon. Because there's some grievances that hasn't been paid in like 2 years, like 1260s and things like that, that's up in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for certain districts. And I'm assuming they're gonna try to prolong that or fight it as long as it can. Now, I don't know if this is an in-district thing or if this is a nationwide thing that these grievances for the non-compliance got to start getting settled like immediately. But
I got something to say when you get finished about that.
Okay.
Right, me too. Go ahead.
So in just that's the basics of non-compliance on the technical side and of the regular side. Some happen, management violated. That violation ended up being a monetary value. management is obligated to pay you that monetary value at a certain point in time. Typically the next check or the check after. They didn't do that, right? It's like paying a loan. They didn't do that, so they missed the payment. For whatever reason, they kept missing payments. Well, we know what reason is. They just choose not to pay. They trying to choose not to pay, right? Throw this information out there for Coffee and them go. Management sees if they have 1260s, they think that we should be fine as carriers with the payment of the 1260s, like the hourly payment, and not get the grievances. I know this from a conversation with a manager that I've had with a manager. Told me this. He feel like if Coffee go over 1260, if he violate 1260s, right? Coffee done went over 12 a couple times. He done went over 60 hours. He feel like you getting the overtime from going over 12 and from going over 60 is your payment, and he shouldn't pay you the grievance. He said he don't think you should get both. Either you should get the hourly from you going over the 1260s, or you should get the grievance and not get the payment from the 12 from going over the 1260s, from the work you did going over the 1260s. He told me that. And Coffee, you know this manager. Matter of fact, I'll send you in the private chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you in the private chat right now, so you can have it in your head when you get your stuff off.
Okay.
Right. So that's the gist of non-compliances. Let me send this to Coffee. That's the gist of non-compliances.
Oh wow.
How they work, the good and the bad, the ups and downs, or whatever. The up is, of course, the longer they're in non-compliance, the more money you're going to get when they do pay out, when they do the payouts. The problem is waiting for the payouts, right? When, again, you're supposed to get in a certain period of time, management just trying to use their stalling tactics. And again, from what I get, me personally, my personal experience in my opinion, is the grievances that they will pay out because, again, management violates so often. Instead of going by the contract or going by paperwork, they out the gate with Article 3. Because they have so many grievances, they know for a fact that they're going to blow their budgets monthly back to back to back to back to back. And if they do that and they're over their budgets consistently, they get no bonuses. So one of the reasons why it looks like, in my opinion, that they're out of compliance and trying not to pay all these grievances is so they can get their bonuses, right? Which, again, to me, is still in two ways. I want to go on record. In my opinion, it's still in two ways. Because you're stealing money from the people that you're not paying the grievances to, and you're falsifying information to steal money in your bonuses. You shouldn't get the bonuses. Let's say for the month of October, November, December, your station was under budget, so your manager got a bonus. Then in January, your manager paid the grievances, right? Cool.
Right.
Now you got the grievances, but your manager got, like, let's say a $4,000 bonus for that 3-month period, right? Should your manager get that bonus?
No.
Remember, they only got the bonus because Big Brother thought that you had managed so well, your station ran so smooth that y'all was that far under that you got the bonus in the first place. But you actually didn't. By the time you paid the grievances, your station was over for October, November, December. You're stealing money from the post office. You're taking money under false pretenses. That's my opinion. But I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Coffee. Well, who want to go? Coffee or Fee?
Oh no, I was just about to say, when y'all file the grievances, do y'all ask for pay on the next pay period for it to be paid out on the next pay period, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I got a couple things. I'm gonna hit y'all with a couple things. A couple things to watch out for is you need to be telling every carrier needs to know before, let's say if you approve 2 hours, but you're going to go over 3 hours, or you're going to go 4 hours or 5 hours, you should be calling back to station. I ain't gonna say call. You should be sending a RIM text asking permission to go over. If it says supervisor tell you to call them offline, don't do it. Do not call them offline. text them and say, what would you like to say? That's going to be your proof to, to provide when they say, because now they're doing a thing where if you do get a 1260, they're saying, guess what? I didn't tell them to run over. That's unauthorized overtime. This is their way of trying to get away with the 1260s. And I know there's going to be a lot of scared carriers out there. Just text the station. If they don't give instructions, bring the mail back. Fill out a 1571, bring the mail back. You don't have to worry about anything happening to you because you have your paperwork. If they want you to finish the mail, that's cool. I'll have no problem finishing the mail. Then give me the instruction to finish and complete all the mail. They tell you to complete the mail. You ask the question. I'm going to run over X amount of hours. Is that okay? They're either going to say yes or no, or they're going to ask the question, how many hours do you need to complete? You say around a ballpark figure. I always tell people to say a figure that if you got 3 more hours, say you got 5. Don't say 3, because guess what? On the third hour, you fall behind for whatever reason and you go over, they're going to have a problem with you going over. So the best way to litigate 1260s, the best way is to make sure you're doing REM text. Management should not be calling you on your personal phone giving you instructions. And if they are, you shouldn't allow it, because at that point in time, they can claim they told you not to do it. Now it's your word against theirs. Who do you think their boss are going to take? They're going to take their word. So make sure you're doing REM text, because the biggest thing they're trying to do now is say, guess what, guys? We didn't give you permission to run over. When you called me, I said, well, you got to finish your mail in the time I told you in the beginning. But guess what you should be doing if they tell you that? Bring the mail back. So that would be the first thing to do. Second thing to do is to be honest about, about your expectation. They can have an expectation on when and how long they think you should be finished. That does not mean that you will be finishing that time. Communicate that with them with a 3996 in the morning. They might say, okay, I don't agree to give you these 2 hours. You should be done in 8 hours. Correct. Cool. I have no problem. I'm not going to argue that with you. Text back at 2:00 and say, hey, I'm running behind X amount of hours. They either going to say one or two things. Bring it back. You are authorized to finish all your mail in whatever time it takes. Or they're going to send somebody out there to retrieve the mail from you, and they're going to finish it and you come back. It should be never you're afraid to say that.
Say, hey,
go ahead.
What are my instructions?
Correct.
Get in this habit if you can. Ask them. What are my instructions? Oh man, but you should have been finished. Man, this ain't no conversation. I'm asking you, what are my instructions? There ain't no back and forth. Right? Is this an investigative interview or what Correct. Is this? I'm asking for instructions and you trying to figure out what happened on the street. The street happened on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I got behind. You know what I'm saying? Life happens. What do you want me to do now? Correct. You gave me expectations. Cool. I'm at my about 10 minutes away from my end tour that I was given this morning. I can either make my way back now so I can clock out so I don't go over, or I can finish this mail. That's if you want to finish the mail. What are my instructions? Then Correct. They do the hey man, you know what? Never mind. I'm on my way back to the station. Click. I'm on my way back to the station, bro. I'm not doing that, and and I'm gonna put you on notice. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on notice. If you try to put me into the office the next day, I'm gonna put you on notice that this unwelcome behavior and this type of behavior that if it persists going forward, I will be filing the EEO for harassment. I asked for instructions. I was in a situation to make my time or not go over. I asked for instructions because there's no time for this whole conversation. Just because, and I'm saying that y'all because of a reason. Not y'all on here, but because of a reason. This whole conversation can take like 5 minutes, and then they'll tell you, don't go over your time. So then you come back, but by the time you get back now, because you sat there and had that conversation, by the time you get back and clock out, you don't went over. Now they try to bring you into the office for going over anyway. Well, how you go over when I told you to bring back the mail, but you don't wasted minutes conversating. It takes time to get back to the station. It takes time to unload your vehicle. It takes time to still dispatch your mail. So if you close to that time, hey, I need instructions.
I'm definitely not arguing with any supervisor. I mean, that's why I don't even tell people to call. I look, I got a text. You can text on the scanner. Text it to me. If you don't want to text it to me, oh well. Then guess what? I'll be back at the time that I was told to come back this morning. And I'm not going to have a conversation with you at that point in time. I'll ask for a steward, or if there's another carrier around, can you witness this conversation? And carriers, clerks, be a witness for your coworkers. If your coworkers need a witness because the management is acting, they're trying to have bully tactics, or they're harassing your coworker, be a witness. Stand up for them. You see something, say something, because once they know somebody else is watching them, guess what happened? They stop. They stop because they know now you have a person who will write a statement for you. And if you see something, write the statement. Stop being scary. Ain't no other word for it. But that's what I would tell anybody to do in any situation where you're going to get told, hey, their new thing now is saying, hey, this was unauthorized overtime. So I'm telling you guys right now. So it's November the 10th. So it's already in effect. Yeah. Hey, most stores are going to start seeing this with the 1260s, that they're saying that we didn't tell them to go over. That's going to be the thing that they're doing now. So just know that. You got anything, Fee, about
basically that's what I tell, my carriers. I tell them to call back, at 2. First off, in the morning time, I tell them after the last count of their mail, fill out a 96 form. Because that way you're gonna back yourself up at all times. You call back at 2, you let them know where you at. He tell you to be back or management tells you to be back at a certain time. I tell my carriers to ask them with or without mail. If they say without mail, are you telling me to work unsafe? They immediately change that statement that they saying. So either they're going to send you the help or they're going to tell you to go ahead. Now, if they still want to argue about you coming back at that certain time, don't worry about it. I'm coming back with the mail. You put like you said, put a 1571 on it. We're going to be done with it. We ain't going to argue. We ain't going to go back and forth. We ain't going to do none of that. Those were the instructions that you gave me. Those were the instructions that I follow. I'm not going to work unsafe. And you leave it at that. But I like to argue with management. I like to give them a run for their money.
Now look,
I don't.
I talked about this before, right? I was like, look, in my world, there is improper instructions, right? Someone telling you be unsafe is clearly an improper instruction, right? And we know that they can't tell you to be unsafe or to do anything unsafe. They can't instruct you to do anything unsafe, right? But there are other attempted instructions that don't make sense. That clearly don't make sense, right? Like someone telling you it's let's say your end tour is 4:00 and it's 3:30. They gave you an hour pivot, and you tell them that you're not going to be able to make the hour pivot. They tell you to be back at 4:00 with no mail. Improper instructions. I don't even know what the hell that means. I don't even know what you're saying right now. I do not understand the words that's coming out of your mouth, sir. What does that mean, Kofi? Like in the regular thought process, what if I tell you I'm 30 minutes, Kofi, you'd have been in this situation. I tell you, hey, I got 30 minutes to my end tour. Y'all gave me an hour pivot, no overtime. I'm not going to be able to make an hour pivot. I have 30 minutes left on the clock. And they tell you, be back at 4 with no mail. What the hell does that mean?
That's the reason why so many carriers have hid mail, threw mail away because they don't know what to do. There will be a lot of more carriers still working at the United States Postal Service if management, if they was taught how to put the ball back in management court. What would you like me to do? Give me an instruction on how that I'm gonna get finished with this mail, and I only got 30 minutes. But so many carriers have been under that pressure, and they never had somebody tell them. They never listened to the veteran carriers. That's number one. So that's why they didn't get that knowledge. Number two is too many veteran carriers who scared as hell. I'm just gonna say it. And number three, they never thought about, hey, I just ain't gonna be able to get this done. So what we have to do is put the onus back on management, make them make a decision. They're in the driver's seat. Make them drive the car. This is not a Tesla. This is a Toyota Corolla. Drive it, or we're gonna sit on the side of the road, one or the other. Because I'm not getting in the driver's seat. Whatever you would like me to do, I will do.
Look, I told him I was in there. I said, listen, I came back. Look, I came back. Oh, then that's improper instruction, and I don't understand what that means. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm real close to my 8-hour mark, and what I'm gonna do is follow my last clear instruction, which was to have an 8-hour day. So I had an 8-hour day, and I left that mail there because I don't understand. Do an hour and 30 minutes. I don't understand that, and I'm not finna sit here and try to understand it. You could have said, hey, you know what I'm saying, try to do 2 splits or whatever. You telling me to do an hour and 30 minutes. I don't understand that. That's not clear instructions. That's like telling me I need to walk a mile, but I need to do it in 30 seconds. I don't understand what you talking about, because I'm not Superman or Flash. So I know that's not gonna happen. Clear instructions. Clear instructions. I went with my last clear instruction. I was cool. I didn't get no paperwork. Right? Because it got to make sense. And I'm willing to speak for myself in the situation once we get into the office. Y'all got to stop being scared or afraid to go in the office. Learn the information. Learn what they broke. Learn the rules. Learn where they messed up at, and be able to speak to that clearly in your information, in your investigative interview, your day in court, whatever it is that they're trying to do. Speak to that, because they got to put that on that paper. You messed up. This is how you messed up. Learn how to just use your words, man. Use your words. You know what I'm saying? Conduct yourself in a professional manner, almost like it's court, and we trying to put cases on them. That's what you need to do. And we could cut down on a lot of the mismanagement. You know what I'm saying? We could cut down on a lot of the interrogation tactics, the bully tactics, them attempting to scare people into doing things, especially our newer carriers or PTF/CCAs or PSEs, things of that nature. Right? You can cut down that once you get the information to be able to speak for yourself with certain things, and put the ball back on a court, put the ball back in a court. Right? A lot of these things carriers just normally do because it's been ingrained in us to get the mail done. Now, if I end up having to go over to get the mail done, I'm still just in my head thinking I'm about to get this mail done because my station don't need mail back on the floor. Not thinking that I might put myself in a situation where they say I stole time by going over that they didn't authorize. Now, we both know that if I'd have called them or attempted to bring this mail back, they would have told me to do the mail, because they don't want no mail on the floor. All mail got to get delivered, right? That's the game. Then if I'd have went out, I'd have been good. But if I just took it upon myself, man, I ain't got time to be calling and wasting this, that I'm just about to do it. We think that that's the shortcut to getting things done. But with the current status of management and how they manage, it's not, right? So cover yourself at all times. This is why you should be doing these things, to cover yourself at all times. Don't trust them.
Correct.
They will put cases or attempted cases on all of us. if they could.
Putting cases on
Just to
all
try to
y'all
make
heads.
them correct. Just to try to make us make them look good. Yeah, man. I got 40 days in court in the past 2 weeks. They think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they like lawyers. You know what I'm saying? The more cases I have, the more cases I can attempt to win. You know what I'm saying? That make me look good. I can move up to an opening supervisor or to a manager or get a chance to be an acting manager. They think that they can make their career on your back just by you doing your job. No. That's not the system that we in right now. So we need to break out of that system. We're gonna let you do what you think that you're gonna do, and then we're gonna turn around and put cases on y'all. Remember, we outnumber them. We outnumber them by a million. Not really a million, but a million. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, it's 2 or 3 supervisors and 1 manager, and you might have 30 to 40 to 50 carriers, along with 2 to 5
Right.
PFDs in the same building. At any day, you can get 10 to 15 out of that amount of people, maybe even 20. That's less than half, to put cases on management. We outnumber them. They don't outnumber us. All right. So we got to remember that we have the power in the stations, not management. And that's no disrespect to management, but y'all don't deliver no mail. Y'all don't make the needle move in anything. Right. And we know that y'all get micromanaged. So a lot of decisions that y'all think y'all make is not even made by y'all, because y'all senior people don't even trust the thought in y'all brains to get no type of work done. Right. Just being honest. Y'all should feel some type of way. This is me being honest. If you're a manager getting micromanaged in your station and someone outside of your station is micromanaging you and your supervisors, what does that say about you and your supervisors?
They don't know nothing.
They dumb as hell.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
They can't do
I'm
nothing.
just saying. And you think you finna put paperwork on me and your people don't even trust you to run your own station? Nah, it's not gonna happen. Y'all got something?
The problem is the problem is that it's so many in my poem. The problem, we're putting clerks on the desk trying to manage a situation that they have no understanding, right? You can't help somebody. That's what a supervisor is. You're supposed to help, and a manager or part of management is supposed to manage the talent that you have. How can you manage me when you don't understand what I do? How can you show me how to be more successful when you never done what we done? And I'm not sitting here saying that you can't supervise someone because you didn't do it, but you definitely have to know how it works. Being a mailman is a unique talent, or a mail woman. It's a unique talent. You just can't come off the street and think you just, hey, give me some mail and I'm gonna go down the street. I will watch you fall, flip, trip, and everything else down the street. So when you put people in positions of management, they need to know how to manage those individuals. And the problem with upper management is I believe, they don't want people in those positions that know how to carry, because those people who know how to carry won't pull the things that they're pulling. They'll just continue to be like more or less being able to do things that they wouldn't do. So that's why they go. I'm gonna swing it to very quick.
You said Tafi?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Fee go ahead and chime in on that right quick. Give me 1 second.
You just summed it all up, basically. That's it. Just you got to cover yourself at all times. Cover yourself, because management does have the right to mismanage, and every
Well,
opportunity they
well,
get, they do it.
let's clarify. Let's clarify. Because the mismanagement, and I'm gonna tie it back into the actual topic. Management has the right to manage. The term across the table is mismanagement, right? That's because at that point you're no longer actually managing when you're just doing whatever violating the contract. Management only has the right to manage. We talk about Article 3 in the midst of emergencies, right? They're not just supposed to mismanage just to be mismanaging. on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. It's only in the case of emergencies, typically to get the mail delivered, is when they post the quote unquote use Article 3, right? Which means I was giving people an hour or two. Now something came up way late in the afternoon. Now I'm gonna have to force people, quote unquote, attempt to force people another 1 or 2 hours or whatever the case is to get that mail delivered, right? And if you do that, then there should be no discrepancy on paying your grievance when you know that you just use Article 3 to violate to get the mail covered. Then you should be paying that grievance, right? Why would you go into non-compliance? This where, again, swinging back into non-compliance, this is where the situation comes in at, right? And because they get severely micromanaged, right? And I'm not saying all of them get micromanaged. Some might just be choosing to do this on their own. If they are, then figure that out and figure out if they just being an a-hole or if the person above them being an a-hole, which is still not gonna matter, but it could matter to you, right? They're minimizing the authority of the people in your station. So you can't sign off. Your manager or your supervisor can't sign off on the grievance unless your CSIM or OIG say so. Right? Now I need to see what you're doing because you messing with our bonuses and I'm not signing off on nothing, knowing that we finna go into non-compliance. This is what they do. I know this for a fact. I've heard these conversations. And I've had conversations with people that's been a part of other conversations.
Sound like you're putting dirt on somebody named LA.
No. Let me make the post office. Let me make the post office real clear, right? I know carriers, I know clerks, I know truck drivers, I know material handlers, I know custodians, whether it's in the stations. I at least know supervisors and managers in 2/3 of our stations comfortably, where I could get whatever information I want to get. Or they just call me because we cool and we just have conversations and they tell me this type of stuff because they're not happy. Now, let me add some quality of life to part of this conversation. There is a part of management. There is a part of management that I know for a fact that is putting paperwork on other people in management, right? So there is another fight going on. Although we have a fight to a degree towards management, there is another part of management or selected people in management that's also putting proper paperwork on higher people in management because of things that's going on. So when I'm saying this, I don't mean every single person again or every single individual on any side is just doing whatever. We're talking about in general, right? I know people and we talk, and this is how I know that there's paperwork on certain particular individuals and what type of paperwork that is, and I know who was called to put that paperwork on these people. I know. If y'all think I don't know, hey, you think I don't know what type of paperwork you got on you? Huh? Hey, listen, you know that manager? She's a female. She called Washington, D.C. Yeah, you got okay. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. Hey,
man.
They went outside the union to another union and had them call people in DC to come here. You better stop playing, man. You got a long fight, man. And it ain't just you. The female that's with you, that's around you, you know who? You got something on you too. Let's stop playing.
Come on now, man. Come on, man.
This is all facts. This is all facts.
Big facts.
Right? This is facts. There's a you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say it's a lot of people in management that's doing that. I'm not gonna say name. I know in our district we have 20 stations. I know probably close to maybe 12 between supervisors and managers that have paperwork on other people in management that's higher than them. That's to show what type of detail that's higher than them, paperwork on them for doing certain things in the district.
God damn.
Now let that add up. But there's if you see a lot of stuff in your station, right? Just look around. Call your friends at other stations. See if they do anything similar that's in your district. Call your cousins at another station that's in your district. See if they station do the same thing. If you see a pattern that dang, my guy station, my brother station, their management doing the same thing, which is mismanaging, most likely they're not mismanaging because they want to. They still don't get no credit for doing it. I'm not saying that you get a free pass because somebody else told you to do it.
Correct.
But most likely the people above them are mismanaging and they have to do what those people say. Right?
Correct.
If they don't want paperwork on them. And clearly most people in management is scared to fight paperwork. Most of them, which is why they just become yes men. And management in the post office love yes men.
Or women.
I mean,
yes men or yes women. We don't want to discriminate.
I mean, some of these men act like women, and some of these women act like men nowadays. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
In the post office.
You hitting them where it hurt.
Man, what's in that cup over there?
That's a fact. I know some female carriers. I just said it last year. I know some female carriers that I carry men. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my
Women
God.
paying all the bill in your
Somebody check his
household
cup.
nowadays, man. I don't know what. I
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
what we
Somebody
become nowadays, man.
check his cup.
No, that's. I think that's black cherry. I think that's black cherry.
Told you put the Hennessy down, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Black cherry and these fruit smiles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out Helium Mobile, man. Y'all make sure you go get y'all mobile plans.
Helium Mobile.
Right, y'all can.
Make sure y'all use that code.
$20 a month, unlimited everything inside the app. Once you download the app, which is just that simple, you download the app. In the app, you can get you a group plan. You, your family, you get 2, 3, 4, 5 of y'all. Make sure you get the $20 before it goes up, which is a possibility. I hope not, but it's a possibility because it went up one time before from $5 to $20. Helium Mobile. Use the code that you see on the screen right now. Link will be in the comment section below. Somewhere down there.
Make sure down at the bottom. VFQTQ1W. Make sure you get that code in there.
Correct. $20 a month, and you're gonna earn crypto just for having it. Just for having Helium Mobile, you're gonna earn crypto. Oh, also,
yes, sir.
You can get hotspots, right? If you want to contribute to, I almost forgot about this earlier. If you want to contribute to building a Helium network, right? You can own or purchase your own hotspots, right? Indoor or outdoor hotspots. Now, one of your things you can do, right? Which are some people, some of us, not me in particular, but I'm thinking about doing it. I do own 2 indoors, and I'm thinking about getting an outdoor. Is what they do is, they'll buy a couple indoor hotspots, and what you do is you can go to a business, say, hey man, you got a bar? Hey, I like to put my Helium hotspot in your bar, right? Connect to your internet is going to earn cryptocurrency, right? Mobile tokens, and me and you can split whatever I earn a month. Me and you can split that. Right, the indoor hotspot like $250 when it's not on sale, and the outdoor hotspot like $4.99 if I'm not mistaken. Right, so a lot of people been doing this as business venture. Now, if you get an outdoor, it covers way more area, right? Along with you making money long term with you having the hotspot, because once you buy the hotspot, it's a one-time thing, and you plug it up. You also contribute to the network, so you might have a hotspot in the area that I can get to, and if my phone connect to your hotspot. Right, because it'll do that automatically if I'm riding. If I got a Helium Mobile phone, right? If I get to an area, or if I go to that bar and my phone connect to your hotspot in that bar, it's gonna help you earn more mobile tokens, and it's gonna help me earn mobile tokens. It's money all the way around, man.
You cannot beat that.
Helium Mobile, man.
Look,
go
can't
check
beat
that out
with
man.
a bat.
I'm telling you, do your research.
Do
your research. Use the link down below. Go there. You know what I'm saying? Reading is fundamental. We got to get back to that.
Research.
You know what I'm saying? Reading is fundamental, man.
Yes, sir.
Go learn, earn, cut down on your expenses, cut down on your phone plans, because I'm telling you, man, this is ridiculous right now, bro. I pay like some ridiculous, man. And it just hit me the other day on what I was paying for my phone. Listen, man, I pay like $50. It's supposed to be $50 a phone. Something like that. 50 is 4 of us, right? So that's $200. But then when you get the new phone, then you got to pay like $37 or something for each phone $33 monthly. So then now I'm at like $87 per phone. And then to get insurance on the phone, when I looked at the minimum insurance for my phone was $17. So now I'm paying like $100 per phone for 4 phones, $400 a month.
And you can go get Helium Mobile for $20 a month, unlimited.
Man, listen.
So make sure you use the code VFQTQ1W.
If you got an old phone line around, you could go on their website, go to hellohelium.com, and you can look your phone up, and it'll let you know if Helium Mobile is compatible with your phone. Either use an old phone, use your current phone, go online, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, buy you a phone outright, $250, $300, whatever the case. Go get you, man, because these payment plans that ain't doing us no justice, man. So you got a small business,
No,
in-home
sir.
business, get you a $20 account, get you a $20 card. That way people can stop sweating you on your personal line, things like that. Get your kids a phone, something like that. Get your parents, elderly parents, whatever the case, phone, something like that. Or maybe you just tired of dealing with the phone plan that you have now, right? Same thing that
Yes, sir.
happened once before when cable became too much. We got rid of cable. We said, you know what, man? Y'all prices keep going up, man. Your service ain't no better. And then the cord cutting generation started. It was app gang. App gang season started. You had Netflix. Then people just started messing with cable. That's how cable went out of business. Everybody left cable. Same thing gonna happen eventually with these phone companies, man, because a lot of people not benefiting from these mobile plans, right? So we just putting out the information. I've had one of my phones since last year. I use as a business line, and I've had my second phone since January of this year. Right, so I have
got
two
one.
phones outside of my main phone. I have two phones, and I only paid the plans one time each. That's it,
I
and I
got
haven't
one
paid it
for it
since.
because our sister Fee, sometimes she be getting on our nerves. So I got an extra phone. Told her my my regular phone got cut off. So sometimes you got them family members who get on your nerves. You got them people who always begging. She don't be begging, but she definitely be getting on my nerve. You know what I'm saying? So she get that number. So hey, $20 just get a peace of mind from your sister. You can't beat that. You can't beat that because she always on your phone line trying to check you about what you're doing. She call you, ask
Or
you why
listen,
you in at work. Guess what I do?
Fee, you still muted, Fee. That's what you get for trying to talk mess.
Yep.
he
Ain't heard
ignores
nothing.
me. He ignores me.
Now watch this. You know what I'm saying? Do you fathom yourself a ladies' man? You know what I'm saying? A player will call
Oh
you. You know what I'm
Lord.
saying? Do you
Oh
need a
gosh,
second
here we go
line?
with this.
Hey,
Hey, look, are you in a
are you a
long-term
lady of the
relationship
night?
and just wanna slide a little bit? You know what I'm saying? You need a
You
second
know what I'm
phone,
saying?
$20 a month. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
Hey, look, throw that thing in the trunk. She don't even know.
listen,
Throw that
or
thing,
just
you know
have
what I'm
a
saying?
second phone because you don't trust your phone, your main plan. You know what I'm saying? So right now I have
You don't trust it.
I don't want to say their name on camera because they ain't paying us. And then I got
So
Helium
like
Mobile right
no
now.
free
So
advertising.
sometimes when I get into a bad service area, I just use my other phone. I always keep my other phone on me. This makes it that much better because when I first got the lines, you had to be moving to earn your tokens. It had to cover a certain amount of area, and you had a cap still on your tokens that you could earn in a day. I think as of past the summer, you no longer need to be moving at all. You know what I'm saying? Which still, I used to reach my mobile tokens in like an hour a day. So if you move an hour a day, you would still with a max back then. But now you don't even got to be moving, and it'll earn it by itself. Earn tokens. So you earn, I don't know what it is, like 50 cents a day, something like that. So at the end of the month, whatever that breaks down to, $30, $20, whatever. I never earned less than enough to pay my phone bill. Or again, you could just pay the phone bill and keep the mobile tokens because the mobile tokens are like stock. They go up, they fluctuate in value. They go down, they go up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So Helium Mobile, shout out Helium Mobile. We're gonna be making our own Helium Mobile commercials and stuff too. Right. I got some ideas. Postal workers, get your Helium mobile phones. I got some ideas. I'm gonna need some people for some commercials, right? That we gonna be making ourselves in the city. All right, we got some here. But again, a lot of the micromanaging things like that also adds to the non-compliance, and the non-compliance is bad, man. Like I said, they owe. I think in our district they might be behind like a couple years. I think they've paid some within those couple
A
years.
couple of years.
Yeah. But I think they owe some stuff from like 2022. Yeah, they was a non-compliance bad. I think I don't know what district it is. There's some district that's owed like a couple $1,000,000 in non-compliances
So I'm trying to figure out
in
what's
grievances
gonna
that they haven't
happen.
paid.
What's gonna happen? How long they gonna sit there and hold y'all money like that?
In our particular district, I can't. I want to say I miss you off cam. We'll talk off cam because
Okay.
I don't with what they're gonna do. I don't know if it's out there
You
or
gonna do
if it's
it's
known.
right?
So I
Okay,
don't want
I
to be
feel you.
possibly giving that to the other
Right,
side.
I
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
So I'm not gonna say on here just because I don't know if that information is a thing, or I know it's a thing, but if they want it out on what their next move is, again, it's chess. Sometimes you playing chess. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to give away your move if that's gonna be the case.
Right.
But yeah, that leads to a lot of non-compliances. You know what I'm saying? I can't sign off on it because my manager say I can't. Go to the manager. I can't. The manager not gonna tell you that I can't sign off on it because the person above me gave me instructions that I can't, or they got to look over it, whatever the case is. So that's just how it is. So again, that's not to give them any type of break because you should man up and pay me my money. So I still got to treat you the way I treat you, but hey, it is what it is, right? So that's a lot of non-compliances. People just not paying their grievances, and if you don't pay it in a certain amount of time, it becomes a non-compliance because again, you should be paying it by a certain time. So when you don't, non-compliance, there's a possibility of what they have to pay for that grievance at that point goes up by a certain percent, and if they out of compliance again, then it goes up again until they settle it. And it might not just be your grievance, might be bundle of grievances. Have they been paying y'all for y'all
At my
530 window
station,
violation things
they do.
for the 530 window stuff? Because I know they was
Well,
fighting
that
that it should have been in there. So I'm assuming they haven't
okay.
been
So
paying that in.
with the 530 window, no. Me and the supervisor would meet. He would never agree to settle it, so I would send it up. They will meet at formal A. The managers wouldn't agree, so it went up to step B. It's left step B and went all the way to arbitration. But like for my Article 41s, a lot of other ones, they pay right out on the next pay.
Okay. So only thing you got right now is your 530 stuff that's in non-compliance.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, you in this like
Now
mines, we got
I
we got
got a
grievances. We got
I
a
got a
ton.
grievance that I'm working on now. I actually got two of those. I got a feeling they're going to be in non-compliance too because management really don't know what it is and they act like they can't read black and white. But two of my carriers were hurt on the job. And once you get hurt on the job, they're supposed to pay you admin pay for the rest of the day, even if you have overtime included. And what they're doing is once they leave the hospital, they're punching them out and using their annual or sick leave for the rest of the day, and they're not supposed to do that.
So so
So I'm
so
working on those now. But like I said, I got a feeling, and I meet with them on Tuesday for those two grievances. I got a feeling that they're going to be non-compliant with those as well.
that's your feeling. So you gonna put dirt? You
Yeah,
possibly
because
putting
they
dirt on their name.
no, I ain't putting dirt on their name. They stupid.
God damn. Okay. So again, if y'all have any questions about non-compliances, about micromanaging, mismanaging, things of that nature, y'all make sure to leave those in the comment section below. Hey, shout out to Cam, um, and shout out to Big Ham. Big Ham, I got a new phone, and I'm not signed into my Twitter. I'm like locked out of Twitter right now, so I couldn't send you that message back to get you the link. And shout out to Cam. I don't know if Cam messaged me on Twitter for me to send her the link. But we'll definitely link up with you guys this week again when we on the live. And again, the Discord should be finished, and I should be back in my Twitter, right? So then we'll be back on regular, and then we'll definitely, if y'all still interested, we'll bring you two guys up, or guy and gal up on the next episode for next Sunday, right? Which would be what, the 17th? Let me see.
Um,
What's my calendar? What's going on with my calendar, man? Yeah, the 17th. 17th next week, Sunday. Till then, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. We appreciate you guys. Veterans Day is tomorrow. We're gonna let y'all finish cooking, get ready. Well, by the time you listen to this, it is Veterans Day. So hopefully you listen to this while you're eating. Hopefully you finish. Well, no, you won't be finished cooking or eating because it'll be like 9 o'clock in the morning when this comes out. It won't hurt to listen to it again. Listen to it 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? There's some Helium Mobile information in here. Make sure make sure you listen to that. Make sure you hit the link, go check them out, and then make sure you also share that link. Get your family on there, get them group plans, things like that before the price goes up. Right. With that, we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate you guys. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Shout out to all the veterans in the military, or also shout out any veterans that's just in the security field or law enforcement field altogether. You know what I'm saying? I know Fee has a son that's a police officer. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that didn't put their life on the line to at least help the system in some way, shape, or form. But first and foremost, shout out our veterans. With that, we're gonna get up out of here. Shout out my sister Fee. Shout out my brother Coffee. It's been the 17th, I believe, episode of the Postal Blue Podcast. And we appreciate y'all, man. With that, we're gonna get up out of here. Love you. Be safe and peace.